Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Hello and Assalamualaikum viewers. This is me, your host, Hafsa Sahi Justice Wali, Level 1 student at Rahat School, Islamabad campus. Welcome to my talk show, Learn from Leaders. I am a student of world's first AI-based school. I warmly welcome you to my talk show, Learn from Leaders, an inspiring global talk show where we bring you a powerful stories and real life experience from around the world. Let me tell you a little bit more about my show. This show is all about inspiration, education, and real life wisdom because every leader has a story and every story has a leader. And today, my special guest is Mike Armstrong. So, let's welcome him to our show. Hello, how are you?
Very well, thank you. Great to be here.
Okay, so my first question from you that introduce yourself for our audience.
Well, my name's Mike Armstrong, also known as the Welsh Dragon. I'm an entrepreneur. I've been an entrepreneur since the age of 11. I'm coming up to 49 now, so that's 38 years. I've done a lot of different things in my life. I started out hustling at a young age, buying and selling sweets and matches, cigarettes, lighters, anything really that I could see people wanted and I could get hold of. I also used to record Sky movies because I had Sky before a lot of other people. So I used to record the movies and sell the tapes, the VHS tapes to the kids in school, and just do whatever I could to make money. I used to work paper rounds and used to do work in my uncle's salvage yard. So I was just working and hustling and making money because my mum and dad got divorced when I was 8. So at the age of 11, I realized that if I wanted to have more and to do more, I needed to work hard and make some money. And then I went into a job in sales at the age of 15 after finishing school, before starting college. And that led me to a life of sales. But the entrepreneur in me and the natural sort of entrepreneurial instinct have never left me. So I've always done lots of side hustles whilst being in employment. I used to do my own nightclub promotional nights when I was young, 23. Uh, I run my own Swarovski crystal shoe and handbag business in my late 20s and early 30s whilst being a corporate sales director of a fast growth fintech startup business in the UK. Um, I also then finished employment when self employed and run my own sales and marketing consultancy and digital marketing agency. And then I did a bit of a pivot and I went into the hospitality industry and I was general manager of a hotel. And now I run my own hotel bar and event venue. Whilst doing, I've got a joint venture business with a personal branding and done for you marketing services company. I'm growing my own online media agency and my own event marketing business. So I do lots of things really, but I love helping fellow entrepreneurs. I love teaching the next generation of entrepreneurs some of the lessons I've learned in life. I've got a series called hashtag Fire from the Welsh Dragon, where I create content online and ebooks and podcast episodes and all that sort of thing in order to share some of the knowledge and the experience that I've gained uh, in a in a long career in sales and marketing and entrepreneurship.
Okay, so my next question from you that can you tell me that why do people call you that Welsh Dragon?
So, I picked up the nickname during 2020 during COVID when I was on a social media platform, an audio platform called Clubhouse. Clubhouse was the place where all entrepreneurs went when they were locked down during COVID. And I used to run a room on Clubhouse called Screw the Big Rooms. It was about an all inclusive room for anyone to be able to come in and chat and network and engage with each other and get to know each other. And at the time, I used to wear a lot of Welsh football and rugby shirts and that sort of thing because I'm big into sport and big into my country, Wales. And we always have the Welsh Dragon on our shirts and our clothing, our sportswear, that sort of thing. Also, when I created my profile on Clubhouse, because it was a global platform, and I'm interested in meeting people from all around the world, I also like connecting with fellow Welsh people. So I put a Welsh flag in my background as my profile, and people used to say, "Look out for the Welsh Dragon" when I was setting up events and creating my rooms and that sort of thing. So that then became my nickname, the Welsh Dragon, because people were looking out for the Welsh Dragon. And I'm on a mission to become a global speaker. I like to educate and train entrepreneurs. I like to breathe fire into the next generation. So the Welsh Dragon sort of fitted me. It fitted my persona. It fitted who I am. I'm high energy. I like to breathe fire. And uh, I'm into personal branding and marketing. I'm a super connector and networker. And it's always important to stand out amongst crowds. And so the Welsh Dragon suited that mission to always stand out and be remembered. It also suited the mission of becoming a global speaker and breathing fire into the next generation of entrepreneurs. So it was my nickname, and so I decided to utilize it. I didn't pick it; it chose me. But I run with it, and now I brand myself as the Welsh Dragon because I am the Welsh Dragon. So and that's where my name come from.
Okay, so my next question from you, that can you tell to our viewers and our audience that what was your first business?
Yeah, so like I said, I used to hustle from the age of 11 to 15. And then I took a sales job at 15, and I've been in sales all my life since then. But my first sort of, I suppose, proper structured business was when I was about 23. In addition to doing sales and working in a career in sales, I'm opportunistic, which I think most entrepreneurs are. And I used to go out to a nightclub on a Friday evening, and it shut down. And at the time, I had a lot of friends who were from that industry, from the hospitality industry. I used to enjoy the nights I used to go out to, and I was looking to replace it basically. And a friend of mine was running a Mexican restaurant which had a basement underneath that was free. So I set up my own nightclub promotional business and put all of the friends and contacts I had in place to set up that business. And I started doing my own nightclub nights on a Friday night in a basement in Cardiff. And I suppose that was my first structured entrepreneurship, rather than just sort of buying and selling things and hustling. Um, and I've gone on to do lots of different business ventures. Initially, while still working, side hustles, and then more recently, the last 15 years, I've been self-employed and building my own businesses and my own brands, etc. I currently run a bar, hotel, and event venue. So I've got a lot of experience in sales and marketing and business and entrepreneurship, and that's why I like to try and share some of that knowledge and experience with people who are less far into their journey, if you like, and people looking to learn from others who've been there, done it, and got the T-shirt.
Okay, so my next question from you, that what business are you currently running out or you're doing as well?
So I run a bar, hotel, and event venue. A lot of people would see it as a pub. Basically, I leased. I'm a tenanted landlord in a pub that was dead. Had no customers when I took it over. A lot of people seen the building as a pub, but above the pub is 6 rooms to rent. And also, I've got a kitchen and restaurant area and a back garden area, etc. And I don't see it as a pub because the pub business is struggling at the moment. I see it as an event venue, and I do lots of different business, music, and sports events, which are the 3 things I'm passionate about in life: business, music, and sport. And I'm slowly turning the place around and growing it as a business, which is hard to do in this current climate because there's a lot of things going against the hospitality industry including the increases in costs, etc. But I'm doing a lot of sales and marketing. I'm putting on a lot of events, and I'm making the business work. And I'm turning it around from being a dead business that was looking likely to close and had actually been closed for a while. And I'm now turned it around into a thriving community pub, hotel, and event venue. But it's still lots of work to do because, like I said, it's a tough climate at the moment. Costs are going up. VAT is expensive. Everything's against the hospitality industry in the UK at the moment, including the change in society and societal behaviours. People aren't going out and drinking like they used to, and the cost of living crisis means people haven't got as much disposable income as they used to. So I'm having to face and challenge all of those societal impacts and all of those governmental and systematic impacts to the business world. But I'm determined and committed to doing whatever I can to turn the business around and make it succeed. I'm currently busy doing that. And I also have a number of other joint venture partnerships and collaborations that I'm doing at the moment, as well as some long-term business strategies that I'm doing in order to build a business for the future. I'm organically growing a number of brands, including my own personal brand, whilst also growing a bricks and mortar business and a number of joint venture partnerships. So I keep myself busy, and I love to also give back to others and to teach other people things that I've learned along the way, because a lot of people don't know what they don't know. And so I like to try and teach them some of the things they don't know so they can avoid pain in business and in life. And they can maybe learn from other people so they can avoid the mistakes that maybe some of those other people have already made.
Okay, so my next question from you that what qualities make a successful business leaders?
So, sorry, can you repeat the question? I think the question was, what quality do I see in business leaders? But I just need to confirm that.
You are right. My question was that you are speaking.
Okay, yeah. So I think the qualities I see in business leaders, well, successful business leaders, I think, are very driven. They're very ambitious. They're often very committed to a cause. They have a big purpose or a big why, which can help them overcome a lot of problems. They're doing something more than just for the money. They're doing it for a purpose or a reason. I think they're adaptable. They're willing to change, adapt, and pivot, and keep up with the changes in business and entrepreneurship and technology that is driving e-commerce and driving business and driving the way modern businesses are growing now compared to older businesses. So they're willing to change, adapt, etc. They're often lifelong learners, so they're willing to invest in the most important asset they ever have, which is themselves. They're willing to continuously learn. Life is about growing through life and not just going through life. So you need to be able to, analyze what's going on and assess and make decisions based on that analysis of what's going on and adapt and change and move with the times. I think they're people who understand that, in order to achieve big things, it's about your daily routines and your daily habits. It's about being persistent and consistent and not getting knocked off course. They're committed to the course, and so they do the things that they want to do and need to do every day, no matter what. They don't get sidetracked and lose their focus and all of that. So I think there's a lot of qualities that go into successful people and successful leaders. But the other thing which is important with the leaders as well is that they're good people. They're good people. They're good with people. They're good at identifying people's strengths and weaknesses. They're good at managing people or building relationships with people. Because ultimately, most successful people will tell you that it's the people they surrounded themselves with that helped them to get the success that they got. So it's important to make sure you've got good people in your life, whether that be your peer group, whether it be your partner in life or business, whether it be your collaborators, your joint venture partners, your staff, your investors, whoever. At the end of the day, business is a contact sport with people. And the more people you connect with and contact with and communicate with and partner with and employ and learn from and be mentored by, the more people you have in your life, especially the more successful people, the more intelligent people, the more adaptable people, the more people you surround yourself with and connect with and work with in some way, the better your business will be. So that's what true leadership is all about, really.
Okay, so my next question from you that what advice would you give to someone starting their first business?
My advice for young entrepreneurs or first time entrepreneurs or new business people, etc., is first of all, before you go into something, research it. Understand what you're going into, understand the market conditions, who are the top performers in the market, what the middle market's like, what the budget end of the market is like, understand where you're going to position yourself within that market, research as much as you can about the sector, the average order value, the profit margins, everything you need to know to be able to maybe make a good business plan and a good strategy in order to be able to make a difference in that sector. So that's something I think a lot of people get wrong early. Also, make sure you're protecting your name, your brand, your social media handles, all that sort of thing. So make sure you go into whatever you're going into prepared, fully protected with the name and the brand. Make sure all your branding and your logos and everything's on point and going to be representing what you want it to represent and not something different. I think that's quite key. So picking a name, a good name that's going to work, not just for now, but for the future as you grow into the business you end up being. So you need to think long term with your name and your branding. You need to make sure all of your handles and everything you need to grow a business is protected and you have access to it. It's not already taken. Those sort of things. Most businesses fail in the first 5 years because of cash flow reasons. Something I like to say to people is that there's about 1,000,000 ways of spending money for every one way there is to make money. So you should be very careful about what you spend money on. It's about making money in the early days, not spending money. Your cars, your offices, your luxuries can all happen when you're making a lot of money. But in the early days, you shouldn't spend money on anything you don't need, and you shouldn't spend anything on anything you don't need right now. So it's about making good decisions on what you spend your money on what you need to grow your business and what you need in order to do marketing and sales to attract new customers. And the rest of your business can grow as your customers grow and as your revenue grows and as your profit margin grows. So in the early days, about being lean, fit, uh, efficient, and it's about going out there and winning new business, because winning customers and taking in cash flow and getting paid on time and all of that is what will help you to grow your business, and spending money will help you to lose your business quickly. But you need to spend money on the right areas. It's about understanding exactly what you need to spend money on to actually win those customers, to do that marketing, to grow that customer base. Spend the money on the right things. Don't spend it on the wrong things. Work hard, bring more money in, and then you can spend some of that extra money on other things as you grow the business. So yeah, that's some of the things I would teach first-time entrepreneurs. And if you don't know what you don't know, find a mentor, find somebody who's been there, done it, got the t-shirt, got the experience, understand, the challenges and all of that sort of thing, and how to overcome the challenges. So if you want to go into a sector, learn from all of the people who are at the top of that industry, at the top of that sector. I want to become a global speaker, so I don't listen to, any other speakers other than the people who are at the top of the industry. I listen to people like Jim Rohn and Brian Tracy and John DeMartini and Les Brown and that sort of thing, because they're the people who are at the top of the industry. They're the people I can really learn from and look at the blueprint of what worked and what didn't work. And whatever sector you go into, there are industry leaders. Learn from these people, be mentored by them. And it's going to help you accelerate your knowledge and your experience and your growth. And it's going to help you plan and prepare for things you don't even know are coming your way. So yeah, there's some of my advice.
Okay, so my next question from you that what inspired you to write content creations and entrepreneurs?
Like what inspired me to what for entrepreneurs?
Um, Let me say my question again. My question was that what inspired you to मतलब, I mean, sir, what inspired you that how can you content creation help entrepreneurs and grow their businesses?
I think the question was what inspired me to help other entrepreneurs to grow their business. Is that right?
Yes, yeah, yes.
Yeah. Well, I've been in sales since I was 15, hustling 11 to 15. So probably counted as sales as well, really. And I've been in careers since 15, and I've probably been a team leader since I was 16. So I was responsible for other people's performances from the age of 16, and I've been in management and sales directorship roles and all sorts of things really. So I've always, as part of my job, had to help other people, and I suppose I quite enjoy and like helping other people. So um, now I'm more a solopreneur now that have partners and joint venture partners and that sort of thing, and I have people who I work with in my business here and there now and then, but I don't sort of manage a big team, and I'm used to managing big teams, and I'm used to teaching and helping others. And I suppose I understand the entrepreneurial journey can be quite a lonely one, and it can be quite a challenging one at times, although it's really good fun and really a great lifestyle too. So I suppose I like helping people. I want to give back. It's in my nature to help others, and so I decided if I can help others, then I might as well. That's why I want to become a global speaker, because I believe with a bigger platform, I could help more people. And that's my aim, is to help as many people as I can. And so I just like helping people. I have the skills and the ability to do so. I've always helped others. And I'm not currently in a role or a position where I help that many people on a day to day basis. I help lots of people virtually online with the creation of content and ebooks and things like that. And I help people with like consultancy and strategies and things like that as and when they reach out to me. But I just feel I can help more and in more different ways, and I've got a lot of things I can help with. And so I create content, and I do podcasts and episodes, and I create my own podcasts, and I create YouTube content, and I create ebooks and all sorts of content, really, just so that I can help others learn some of the things I've learned. And even if I just help one person, I feel that that's a success. But if I can help lots of people, I think it's a greater success. So that's why I do what I do.
Okay, okay. So my next question from you that what topics do you enjoy discussing the most?
So what topics do I like discussing, or what topics am I familiar with? Is that the question?
My question is that what topics do you like to discuss with people most? With,
What topics do I like to discuss with other people? Yeah. Okay. Well, I think with a career in sales and marketing, um, you know, sales and I've spent a life in sales and meeting people basically, and networking and super connecting and that sort of thing. And when you meet people, it's about building rapport. It's about, maybe finding some commonality, because we're all different, but then to our core, we're all quite similar. So, with a life of meeting and connecting and building relationships with people, I'm pretty much able to discuss and talk with people about any subject, any topic in life, because at the end of the day, I try and find some common ground, and that common ground is going to be different with different people. My passions in life are business, music, and sport, and those areas have a lot of things to talk about in just those three things, and they're very popular topics with other people. So if I can't talk business with someone, I'll talk sports with them, and if I can't talk sports with them, I'll talk music with them. And for most people, that's a way of finding some common ground. And there's so many different topics in business. I love things like, leadership, personal development, social media, networking, sales, marketing. So there's a lot of topics I can talk about with people in the area of business. Um, but also, I like sports, so I'm always aware of what's going on locally, regionally, nationally, and internationally with sports, different types of sports: cricket, football, rugby. These are sports often liked by other people, so you have some common ground that you can talk about in order to build rapport and start a relationship which you can then build upon. If people aren't into sports, they're often into music. So I'm quite aware of different genres of music and different people, and I can talk about that. And these are the things I'm passionate about and I enjoy. But also, if people aren't interested in business, music, and sport, and you want to build relationships and build rapport with people, you can talk about families. Everyone's got one. You can talk about travel. Everyone likes to do it. You can talk about, all sorts of things. The weather in the UK, because people are obsessed with it. There's always something you can find common ground in order to build rapport with people, in order to, put them at ease and break the ice, in order so that people open up, so you're able to actually work out how you can help each other, how you can work together, collaborate on things, etc. Once people are put at ease, they're more willing to open up. And if you're willing to ask the right questions, they'll give you the right answers in order to work out how you can work together or help each other. And that's what building business is all about, is how you can demonstrate what value you can give to someone else in order to maybe help them improve their lives in some way or solve some problems. So I can talk about any topic really, but there's more topics that I like to talk about, than others. But I'm willing to talk with people about anything in life really. I'll even touch on the taboo subjects that people say you should never talk about, like politics, religion, and can't remember what the other one is. But I'll talk to people about anything at the end of the day, whatever. We'll find some common ground and build some rapport with someone and put them at ease. And ultimately, that's what sales and business and networking and collaborating is all about, is putting people at ease in order so you can demonstrate what you can do for them and how you can help them, and so you can ask the right questions to open people up and find out more about them, and more about the real them, and not just the surface them that they like to display to the world when they're not at ease and when they're not comfortable in their environment. Most people put on a bit of a mask or a front, and you need to get beyond that in order to actually work with the real person and understand the real person behind the mask.
Okay, and the last thing I want to say you that give an advice to our audience.
Yeah, so last bit of advice to give to the audience, really. I've got two life principles which I think are really good. They're principles that I follow. I've got lots of principles and things I like to follow, but two of the big ones are to work hard and play hard, because you only got one life. So you might as well spend it in enjoying it and doing what you love and doing what you're passionate about. So it's important, if you're going to pick a life of entrepreneurship, to actually do something you really enjoy and something that really makes an impact or a difference. So lots of people just chase money, but that's money doesn't keep you satisfied. It just allows you to pay some bills, but it often comes with more challenges as well. So it's about maybe making an impact and making a difference and doing something that you enjoy, because you're going to spend most of your life doing it. So have fun, and don't forget, once you're if you're working too hard, take a break. You know, rest, recoup, and enjoy your life as well. Because no point, being successful in business, but being unsuccessful in life. And there's no point being successful in business at a young age, but then burning out and regretting your lifestyle choices because you haven't had a good life along the way. Life's about balance. It's about working hard, but also playing hard, and it's about enjoying your life ultimately. And then another principle I like to live my life by is to live a life with no regrets. I'm much more of the belief that people, human beings, regret the things that they didn't do much more than the things they did do but failed at. So, try everything, do what you want to do, give it a go. If you don't succeed, you don't succeed. Move on, try something else. But don't live a life of regrets. Don't think, I wish I did this. I wish I did that. I wish I tried to do that. I wish I chased my dream. I wish I chased my goal rather than just, get consumed in the rat race, and maybe live a life that's been forced upon you by choices other people have made for you rather than the choices you made for yourself. So that's some of the lessons I'd like to teach to young entrepreneurs. You've got plenty of time. Time is on your side. Make the right choices. Think about it. If you don't know what choices to make, keep trying things. You'll learn what you like. You'll learn what you don't like. Gravitate more towards the things you like and away from the stuff you don't like, and you should have yourself a good life and a good career. And that's it from me. Okay, so thank you, Hafsa, for your great questions. You asked me some questions there that some other people don't really ask. So thanks for asking some great questions. Keep doing the good work that you're doing. I love what the Rehan School's doing. Anyone watching this should check out Rehan School and maybe get themselves on some of the student podcasts and help teach these young entrepreneurs and the future thought leaders of the world. Let's help teach these kids, what we've learned so that they can get beyond us. And have a great day, everyone. Thanks for listening.
Thank you so much for coming my show, the Learn from Leaders. So, whoever this was our interview, I hope you like it as well as soon. So, we'll meet at another interview. Allah Hafiz, Pakistan, Zindabad, Rahat School, Zindabad.